Ah yes, the start over. The magical moment when you took God knows how long to build the IKEA shelf, only to realise you completely butchered it, and now you have to take the whole thing apart and try again. But sometimes it isn't IKEA furniture. Sometimes it feels like it's our life itself that has to come apart in order to rebuild it better. And to be honest, my last year has been exactly this. Whether it's a failed furniture project, love, work, or your morning coffee spilling right before that first sip, it feels like life is telling you to hit the reset button. But maybe the button is where all the magic happens. Or maybe not. Only one way to find out though. Starting again is an idea that has captivated thinkers and philosophers for centuries. From Nietzsche's concept of eternal return to the Stoics' views on obstacles, the notion of renewal and growth through adversity is central to many philosophical schools of thought. In this video, I'm exploring how some of the greatest minds approach the idea of beginning again and what we can learn from their insights. If you're new here, I'm Amy Claire, and on this channel I try to understand human nature, philosophy and life stories to help me make sense of life and how we all get to where we are. In the 7th century, philosopher John Locke introduced the concept of the tabula rasa, the idea that we are born as blank slates, shaped by our experience. While Locke's idea primarily applied to how we acquire knowledge, it also has implications for starting over. When you start again, your mind isn't empty, it's full of experiences that have shaped you. Every lesson learned, every mistake made, becomes part of the new foundation. Locke's idea reminds us that starting again doesn't mean erasing the past. It's about using the past to inform the present and future, like remembering to not accidentally put your Häagen-Dazs ice cream in the microwave for 2 minutes. It was a low moment, okay? Friedrich Nietzsche's concept of eternal return is a thought experiment. He asked us to imagine living the same life, with the same choices and experiences, over and over again. For Nietzsche, the idea forces us to confront the importance of our decisions. Starting again in Nietzsche's view is an opportunity to avoid being stuck in a repetitive cycle. Each fresh start is a chance to break free from patterns that don't serve us. It's a moment to reconsider how we want to live. His philosophy doesn't focus on erasing the past, but on learning from it to improve the future. Nietzsche's own life was a series of restarts. From illness that forced him to retire from teaching to the isolation that led him to write his most famous works, Nietzsche often had to start again. His philosophy of embracing struggle and finding meaning in it comes directly from his personal experiences. Think of starting over as leveling up in a video game. Sure, you might have lost a life or two, but now you know the layout of the level. And it means you finally learn how to be Alva in God of War after dying like 20 odd times. The Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus didn't believe in avoiding hardship. Instead, they argue that the challenges are essential for growth. Marcus Aurelius in his Meditations wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Note to self, use this quote for next LinkedIn post and make reference to how it helped me with sales. In Stoicism, obstacles are not setbacks. They are essential steps that push us forward. When life forces us to start over, the Stoics would have advised us to not focus on what we've lost, but what we can gain from the experience. Epictetus, a former slave turned philosopher, believed that while we cannot control external events, we can control how we respond to them. This mindset allows for resilience when facing the need to begin anew. The symbol of the phoenix is found in many ancient cultures, representing death and rebirth. This mythical bird is said to have burst into flames and rise again from the ashes, stronger and renewed, ready to pay taxes and get that new deadlift PB. The story of the phoenix reflects the cyclical nature of starting over, not as a final end, but as part of the process of transformation. In philosophical terms, the myth mirrors the human experience of renewal. We are constantly evolving, and sometimes what feels like an end is merely a transition. Albert Camus, the existentialist philosopher, suggested that even in the harshest circumstances, we find an invincible summer within us, a resilience that allows us to rise again like the phoenix. Camus' The Myth of Sisyphus tells the story of a man condemned to push a boulder up a hill for eternity, only for it to roll back down. Like bathing one's dog for it to jump straight back into the mud, or getting a job and losing it before you even start. Yep. Anyways, the point isn't the futility of the task, but the perspective Sisyphus gains. Camus argues that we must imagine Sisyphus is happy, because in the struggle itself there is meaning. Starting again is like pushing that boulder. It is not about the result, it is about finding purpose in the process. Trust the process, innit? Anyways, if you enjoyed my spiel about life and philosophy, feel free to comment, like and subscribe. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video.